Good afternoon, friends and Facebook family. I have a poem that I want to share with you today. It's called Go All the Way by Charles Bukowski. It says, if you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, and maybe even your mind. It could be not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision. It could mean mockery. Isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, of how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it despite rejection and the worst odds. And it will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is. This poem reminds me of my 40th birthday. For my 40th birthday, I did something kind of extraordinary. I decided that what I wanted to do was really do something memorable and really get out there and do something extreme. And so I did something that I had never done before. I jumped out of a plane. Now my friend said, "You jumped out of a perfectly good plane? Why would you do that?" But I did. I as high as the plane would go, and I jumped out of the plane. I did it in tandem skydiving, and I really enjoyed it. If you see the video of me skydiving, I have a big smile on my face the entire time because, ironically enough, with this guy strapped to my back who jumped like 5,000 times, it was one of the safest feeling things I've ever done. And so my experience of skydiving was that the first minute or so where you're actually just free falling, that was great. But once the chute opened and all of a sudden you just like stop in midair and then you're just falling, all of a sudden it wasn't that fun anymore. And I told people this afterwards. I was like, I wasn't scared, but then after the stop of the falling, it was just like, is that it? Yeah, so I actually got kind of bored when skydiving, because what I really wanted was this exceptionally memorable moment where you could feel all of life just right there and grab onto life and push away fear and live it to the fullest. And so that first minute or so where you were falling at breakneck speeds was really great for me. But then after that, when the chute opened up and it felt like super safe and kind of boring, I was like, okay. Truly, I want people to live their lives with gusto. I'm a very passionate person, and I'm passionate about God. I'm passionate about my family. I'm passionate about living life to the fullest. I am passionate about giving God my best and reaching out and helping other people do that too. And maybe I'm a little bit cray-cray, but I love life and I love my people. And I really do believe that Jesus has said, I have come that you may have life and have it abundantly. And I want to live that abundant life. I want to go for it in my life. Now that doesn't mean that I don't take in information and learn and grow and change and do all the things, but it does mean that when I commit to something, I do it with my whole and complete self. And I wonder today, when the last time was for you that you gave God the gusto of your life. Sometimes it takes me a minute to find the thing that I'm passionate about, and in those in-between times, I can get sad, I can get depressed, I can kind of wonder what's happening next. But when I finally find it, One of the things about the way that I'm wired is I go the heck after it. I go after it. And I give my whole self to it. And the thing, in case you didn't know this, the thing that I am currently feeling absolutely called to give my best self to is encouraging and uplifting and helping work through this incredible, weird time with you, right here, online. Every day I try to think of ways to do that better. Every day I think of ways to reach out with love to all of you and to encourage you on this journey. Every day that has become my new passion. What's yours? In this season where everything changes, we can pull back. We can wait for things to change. We can wait to see what happens and all those kinds of things. But I learned just today that in a different part of the country, there was an office within the church. I'm not even going to be real specific. There was an office within the church who has let go of 50% of its staff. That's just not the way that I'm choosing to lean into this. Not only do I want to keep the staff that we have and to keep people employed as much as possible, because I believe that's a justice issue, but I want to find creative ways to grow ministry. I want to find creative ways to grow community. I want to find creative ways to follow God for such a time as this, and I want to help other people do that too. I want to grow this community. I want to throw Netflix parties. I want to have Facebook Lives. I want to hear from you as to what's happening in your life and in your realities. I want to know how to do this well so that each and every one of us can encourage one another, can be there for one another, can inspire one another. I want to build up other people that are putting out good ideas by sharing their content. If you're inspired by anything that we're putting out, share it. Share it with your friends. I want to share other people with you. If I find a meme that is shareable, I share it with you, because every single person and the great ideas that are coming out right now, they matter, and they keep us inspired, and they keep us enlivened, and they keep us encouraged, and they keep us remembering the why to what we do. It's not about a particular organization or a particular building. It's about knowing who we are and whose we are and growing into that every single day of our lives. Because at the end of my life, I don't think that God or the angels going to be asking me, oh, did you make this much money or live in this kind of house or run this kind of church? I really don't think that that's going to be the point. The point will be of the gifts that I gave you, of the talents and skills that you were put in there with. Did you use them to the best of your ability? Did you grow into what you were asked to become? Did you make a difference in these people's lives? Did you love well? Did you care well? Did you show compassion well? Did you make a difference in people's lives that they smiled when they thought of you? Go after it. Go after life. Not for the sake of you and your ego or dreams, but because God dreamed something beautiful in you and is dreaming through you right now. Encourage people not to live in a spirit of fear, but of faith and peace and sound mind. And that's not in denial of what's going on. It's an appreciation of what's going on, calling us to be something better, calling us to be our best selves for one another. I pray that if I say anything that encourages you, that you share it with people. And if other people say things that encourage you, that you share that with people. Because right now, we have to be the co-creators of hope and goodness in a hurting world. Stay safe. Stay real. Go with God and live with gusto. Peace be with you. Talk to you later.